Hello, everybody. Welcome. Roses like investigator. Guys, I swear it was recording, but I guess not. So I'm just gonna start over here. I'm just doing an introduction because today Corina and I spoke. Corina and I spoke we started talking at around 1 p.m. Eastern time, and we knew that Trump was going to speak at 2. So we stayed ended up staying talking until 3 o'clock waiting for the conference. He came on at about 2:50. So I just want to say the strangest thing was that we looked into the heaviness we were feeling throughout the day, and we talked about this weird the heaviness, and picked up information related to people close to Peter Thiel, and even people in the Trump White House, and how odd they felt. They were all very nervous about the prospect of JD Vance taking over, even if they would sense a gain from it, technically, right? There was a sense of unease, of almost like, be careful what you wish for kind of feeling, right? So, this is a thing that we were picking up on. And then I said, oh, wait, it looks like he's on. We thought it wasn't going to happen. And then we watched it. And it was just so weird. It didn't make sense. And as the day progressed, so then we stopped, right? I even did I looked at the cards, like as I've been doing ever since this whole thing has happened. Um, and then and then we decided actually to maybe not post the video because it was too weird. It's like we had a very strong feeling about one thing, and then another appeared. So we said, you know what, let's see how we feel. Let's let the day progress, and maybe we'll feel differently. So I didn't post it. And then someone sent me a video of someone else that I had never heard of. I don't watch very many other channels, but this person sounded like she agreed with us, right? She was like, "What the hell did we just watch? Was it AI? Was it?" It was odd. It really. I was like, "Oh, that's exactly how we felt." It just didn't make sense. And as I was went on my walk, and I was coming back in, and Corina wrote, "It was like the election when we were so sure of it, and then the outcome was it didn't make sense. The same thing here. Something about it does not make sense at all." And then someone, as we were talking, somebody sent me a message uh, with her feed. She caught something very interesting. Okay, and I'm gonna show you this, and then I'm gonna go because I have a call in a little bit, so I do have to go. But I'm gonna show you this, and then I'm gonna show you the video of the things we recorded earlier, because I think that there was a cognitive dissonance that makes it hard. It doesn't make sense. We're like, oh, we don't want to confuse people, but at the same time, there's too many weird aspects to this. Okay. So anyway, so like I said, this is just an introduction. There's going to be another introduction once I bring back. I'm going to connect these two videos together. The video that Corina sent me, and hold on a second. And okay, so
tariffs and, just came at.
wow, okay. Wow, guys, you know what? It's so crazy. Oh no, I should have downloaded it. So you know what's so crazy? I'm clicking now. This is the weirdest thing. So because did Corina and I, we clicked on this link this person has sent us, and now they have updated it, so it's not there anymore. Oh, damn it. Because so let's see. She actually, let me show you this email. So she's actually took screenshots. Good for her because okay, okay. So and I watched it. So unfortunately, I didn't keep it. But okay, so let me show you. Okay, just 1 second. That's so crazy. Oh my God. Okay, I just want to make sure that I. Mm, Okay, sorry, I need to. Okay, so it's not there anymore. So you can't see what. So she sent this whole thing. So she was waiting for the stories that she was waiting, and it was the AP feed, and it was the whole time. It was this. It was this. Actually, let's see here. Okay, so this is the image that she was seeing. So this whole time, it was like this image because I clicked on what at the time. Okay, on what she here. Okay, so you could see here. It showed the image here of the like. Okay, just 1 second. It was this. So then it went straight to this thing. There was no him walking or anything, but in the middle of it, they showed this whole thing open, and there was a person on the like in front of the camera. Somebody, there was another guy with a recorder. Not all the press, just one person, and then it went away. And then like an hour later, the person reappeared. So it was very, very shady. Okay, so it's unfortunate that I can't explain to you because it's not. I can show you in person. Like again, these types of things I should have thought through, right? You can download videos from YouTube, by the way. I didn't, so now it's gone, which is very unfortunate. Okay, so waiting for an hour. Okay, the feed is over an hour outside of the White House. It was a live shot outside of the White House. There was a shot of the podium for a couple of seconds. Then it went back to the feed over the external of the White House. It suddenly cut to a shot of Trump surrounded by people. I included the screenshot when the announcement took over the feed. You notice that the red dot that indicated a live broadcast wasn't lit up as Trump made the announcement. There were no announcements made that Trump was going to be late or that the press conference was already in progress. Nothing. It just goes from outside of the White House to the announcement by Trump. I know after sitting around for an hour with no change in the feed, the live indicator, it noticed that it was off, and then the announcement was made slash played. Why were the Trump administration over an hour late to a press conference they called, if they even showed? Is this footage of Trump pre-recorded at an earlier date to cover what has been missing? A member of the press asked what he thought about being dead over the weekend. Was this a prep question fed to the press? Did they have this prepped in case his health to turn for the worse? Because so I'm going to stop share. So this is the thing that it looks very strange. And I watched the press conference. He even mocked the European leader with the airplane. So what the hell happened there? Okay. What the hell happened there? Okay, I see that it's saying no, it wasn't. I don't think it was AI. I think it was truly recorded, but I see that they had to make a lot of effort to get him in the right place and to get all the other people around him to distract so that he didn't have to take over the comfort. Like, does it make sense? Other people could, so he could pass the mic to others so that he doesn't have to speak the whole time. And I also saw that it took a while to get him to walk there, to go here, they had to prepare this. That's why it took so long. And I think, and I feel like so what happened? That's right, oh yes, they were fed the questions. And they made sure to review it before it was posted. Does it make sense? So there was an agreement between the person who recorded the footage and them to review it before, or to make sure that it was acceptable. But it's saying that they had to prop him up, and I see that he got drugs, he got different things, and then he went back up. Okay, and I saw that also. I wonder, he could have had some sort of a heart like a heart attack. There was definitely an issue. His health was in trouble. And I don't think, like, I don't know what the hell, what the fresh hell they did with that. It's not what we were told. Does it make sense? I don't think it was necessarily, like, even though, by the way, he has, because of his connection to Peter Thiel, right? And Peter Thiel and JD Vance, They have the best AI technology. I don't think that they could have created this with all the people there. Okay, they could have edited something. They could have edited some of the video and made sure that it was okay as it was being recorded. So, okay, so it's saying yes that he's not well. His health is not well. They sort of it tells me cooked up and coked up something. So I feel like he was given a lot of stimulants to be able to sustain that. You know what they used to accuse Biden of, I think, right? So so that's the story. Okay. All right. So I'll come back tomorrow or even tonight. There's something else if I have time, okay? Something else related to the whole Epstein situation and the victims and such. So all right, okay. So I'm gonna stop here and then merge the videos. All right. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys, and have a good night. And cue in the next, what we recorded earlier. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosie and Corina, psych investigators. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
So it's right now it's 2:36 p.m. in New York. And remember, we were supposed to hear from President at 2 p.m. So Corina and I scheduled, started talking like at around 1 p.m. actually. And as it got closer, I found these channels. There's like CBS News, ABC News, or whatever, all these different ones, NBC. And we're playing this in the background because then just to show you and just to kind of keep track of it all, because nothing has happened. So, and it's been now almost 40 minutes and there's no press conference. So, Corina, go ahead. I don't, I'm just talking here.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're both feeling very odd, very odd.
Mm-hmm.
We can feel the intensity of whatever may be happening behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And we're both kind of struggling with that this morning.
That's right. That's right. And then, let's actually, let me stop share because Corina, just let me pause here 1 second. Okay. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, what I've done is I just put it in, I'm here. I'm recording using Zoom, right? So I told Corina the live streams from the different news channels are in the background without a sound, because if something comes up, we will know and we'll bring it back on, because it makes no sense to have, I don't know, Cardi B or whatever in the background as we talk about this. Okay. Okay. So right, Corina? I think
yes.
It's okay. It's okay. So let's do the protection. I'd like to ask for protection. A beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel connected. I feel protected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good and only the good. And so it is. Okay. So actually, okay. So let's see the feeling of unease. So when Corina and I started talking, and even I actually texted Corina late last night saying I couldn't sleep, that I was feeling this feeling of unease. By the way, Corina, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
And so, and by the way, just one thing before we start talking, somebody had mentioned that I changed the background of the writing to white-ish, and someone said that it feels better to the blue on the eye for some reason. So let me know. I just want to leave it here blue today, just to hear your guys' feedback. Okay. All right. So let's talk about that, Corina, about our feeling of unease. Okay. That has to do with what's going on. Okay.
It has been very intense.
Mm-hmm.
Just that feeling of dread, the feeling of unease, the feeling of a cover up, a feeling of, this impending truth. For me, it's just been extremely intense. I've just been hit really, really hard. It started coming on a few weeks ago, but it slammed me this weekend. And I just can't escape it.
And I was telling Corina, because then we went through a process of like asking, so is it because Corina, is it the trip that Corina has, and I asked, is it about my parents? Because I was stressed, thinking about them. I'm getting my period at some point soon. Is it that? And it said no, no, no. And then when you got to the asking if it's what's going on, yes. Okay.
Yes.
So then we're gonna go through the different things that we're picking up here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna grab one thing. I'll be right back. So I just went to get a drink here because I was a little thirsty. And then now going back to the feeling of unease. So we both got to the conclusion that we're picking up the weird feeling of unease and this extreme pressure. It has to do with what we're picking up from persons in their camp, right? Corina, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, that's what we were trying. I mean, we've asked every different way because we just keep getting these really intense feelings, but it does feel like we're picking up their panic, their fears, just, and it, to me, actually, it feels more that I'm picking up that kind of stuff than actually the collective. I'm picking up this impending feeling. But they're coming from the camp more so than when I normally pick up the collective.
Okay. And then, so I wanted to say this, that I picked up things from Peter, like we talked about it at length, about Peter Thiel's
Yes,
people.
Peter Thiel.
I picked up it as one of the people close to Peter Thiel. They're really, really nervous because JD Vance is not, it's like they're now exposed as being the puppet masters. Everybody knows that Peter Thiel is like essentially in charge of JD Vance. And for them, it was easy to have Trump as the clown, the front. I mean, he was more than a clown. He's making a lot of money from this. He's committing a lot of corrupt pay-to-play crimes, but ultimately he was a front man. So that was easy. Now and when and if JD Vance becomes the person in power, there's a lot more at stake because the population is not as fond of JD Vance, and he is not. And I say that about liberals and also the conservative. I don't think he's very popular, to be honest. So
no,
I think they're afraid of what could happen and the big risk they're taking here. Because let's be honest, right? What happened in the election is not normal, and if they are somehow stopped, they could lose everything. Because the crime is big, big crime,
right.
So that's what we pick up, that they're very nervous.
Yeah.
Whatever the outcome, they're nervous and they have these shady plans and they are thinking that they're still going ahead with it, but they're very nervous. And these are not tough people, right? They're not politicians to begin with. They're used to people being nice to them because they have money. They've had money forever. And so, right, Corina, like that.
Right. They're used to getting their way with their money. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And then I got also right here. So,
but they can tell the narrative just changed. They can tell the energy has changed. And it comes down to the fact that JD Vance is so unlikable. Sorry, I'm just getting like a wave of nausea here. He's so unlikable that they realize that it's now or never. It's not going to be as easy as they think. And sorry.
okay.
Yeah, but anyway, it's just not. Peter Thiel is they're all panicking behind the scenes. I can feel it. I can feel this panic coming from all of them.
Okay. And by the way, guys, now it's 2:46 p.m. Nothing so far. Okay, I'm here. I'm tracking all of the news things. Nothing. Okay. All right. Not that I can see, but I just pause. Double check. Okay. So I just stopped to make sure, Corina, because she had mentioned she had nausea, but she's saying, go ahead, what you were telling me, Corina. Go ahead.
I feel like there's something actually happening right now behind the scenes. Like they're trying to either pump him up, trying to prop him up. They can't, this isn't going the way they thought it was going to go. They need him to say something and he can't say it. Like I am literally feeling like I'm going to throw up and it's just hitting me really hard. And I'm feeling this massive, like, what do I do? How do I, it is pure panic. It's pure panic. That's what it
Mhm.
is. But
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
chaos. I'm also feeling very chaotic behind the scenes. Like they just lost control.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like they're losing control.
And you know what I got too, Karina, that Trump is, maybe it's like a lot of medicines. He's sick. Like like the throw up, that it could actually be him. That
Yes.
not only can he talk, but like he's has,
Yes.
people who go through surgeries or have had medical, because they have to have all kinds of medicines. Sometimes there's side effects, especially since he tells me Rosie, his liver is not that great. So that can
Exactly.
happen when you have serious liver issues. You could throw up and all that. So
Yeah.
so so that's a thing. Okay, and I got something that I
Yeah.
want to share earlier. I was telling Corina about this as we were talking earlier, right? That I somehow saw the face of Sergio Gore. Remember, Sergio Gore is the head of HR, like is the guy that he had conflict with Elon Musk. Remember, it came out that there was an
Yes.
issue with Elon Musk, and I see that he's pressing right now, clicking, and it's not going. Something is not going through, and I got something like, oh, I wonder if it's the like the way that he's communicating with his whatever people, from that continent, right?
Yeah.
That he
Mhm.
is there's something going on and he can't send, and he's like, the system is down, the system is down, and then it adds to their fear because he's like, are they watching us? What's going on? And I think, and then it told me, yes, Rosie, it has started the whole thing. It may be that they take down systems. Doesn't make sense slowly, but that's what it's saying, that there's somehow this is not a coincidence that the system he's you and it wasn't like a main system or something. It's like the system that he's using to communicate is not working. Okay, does it make sense?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
So it's just like that's what I got.
Yeah. And that's where the panic is taking over with them too,
Mm-hmm.
because they're
Mm-hmm.
realizing what they need to do and what Trump's capable of are two different
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm-hmm. And this reminds me of something that I saw in a video by the historian Heather Cox Richardson. So by the way, she has
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Substack. I think it's the biggest number one Substack with the
Yes.
subscribers. She also makes videos now, and she said one time, I didn't watch the entire video, but she said something like, "This administration is very brittle. They're acting like they're very tough, but they haven't been able to really push through the things they have been. Not everything, right?
Right.
So you have to remember that they're so." And she's a historian, so obviously she understands politics from that perspective, and the great sense, like she can think, she has the historical comparisons and such. So it's not as stable or steady as they want it to be. Of course, part of their goal is to destabilize the government, but as they do that, they are also in danger. Does it make sense?
Right.
So
Right.
they're not. It's saying that you would. The thing is that I'm picking up here, it is a bit surprising because you would think that now that they are in power, they would like quote unquote relax, but they're not relaxing.
No, because they're not. They're not in power. Trump was the power. Like we were talking about it earlier, how Trump, for some reason, holds that bit of magic power. They don't. They're not the same. They don't have the same charisma. They don't have the same following. They don't have the same effect. And so without Trump, they realize they could lose all that because they got JD Vance. There's nothing, there's no comparison there. And
Mm-hmm.
that alone is hitting them. That alone is hitting them. But
Mm-hmm.
I also am feeling um, the sharp pain in my head, and I'm feeling that I'm having trouble speaking. I'm having trouble getting the words to make sense in my own head. I feel like I'm picking up Trump. I felt like I was picking him up all weekend with
Mm-hmm.
all the symptoms that I've had. I felt like I've had some heart attack symptoms. I've had feelings of stroke. Remember, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Rosie, am I having a stroke? Because it's been so strong for me.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel it went from panic to very lethargic, like my right side of my brain hurts.
Wow. Yeah. And I'm seeing here, Corina, parallel to this. The channel here live streams of the news, nothing like, oh, parenting tips. Or like it's
Really?
not, there's nothing. And interesting, as we know, if it had been Biden, you'd be like, oh, Biden was scheduled to speak. Where is he? Oh no, hold on. Live. There's he. Wait, is that right? No. Oh, I think it is. Let's see.
From this in relation to the economy. We're going to take a short break. Stay with us. You're watching CBS.
But of the 16,000.
Hold on a second. Okay. Breaking. Was that him? Okay. Let me pause. So, guys, we took a break because as I saw that there was something different here. And it turns out that Trump, in fact, was having a press conference, probably started like 5 minutes ago or something. And he was talking, honestly, fairly normally, right, Corina?
Yeah.
And so Corina is asking, so I thought, let's just record this live, like as we're talking, and figure it out. What the hell is going on, right? Isn't that weird? It is weird.
It is weird because it doesn't feel like he's capable of that.
So what is going on? How did okay, first of all, what were we picking up? Because he looks normal, right? Like he doesn't look that sick.
No.
Are we picking up our own? Okay, let's see. What does it make sense? Kind of what's going on here?
Especially for the photos that I did see over the weekend, it just doesn't look. Nothing seems right. Nothing seems right.
Yeah. So what's going on with Trump? Let's ask right now. We're seeing that. What's up with this image of Trump? What happened? What is the difference? Okay, what's going on? He is sick. They're covering it up. And let's see, look at the posture, Corina. He looks a little, look at his chin jolting, like a look at Trump to the right.
Yeah.
Something was a little off.
Not right. Something's not right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
I'm just trying to watch his behavior and everybody else's.
What are we picking up? Looks like they waited until he could speak, I guess. But he honestly, right? He speaks. He's been worse, I think. Right?
He's been worse, and yet.
But now it looks fine.
Yeah. And I felt like I couldn't speak.
What happens? Okay, what happened? Tell us. They're like, shh, shh. Okay. So I'm gonna, let's just pause here 1 second because I want to. Oh, let's see. Actually, I want to just quickly JD Vance.
Yeah. People behind us, these Alabamas are just too powerful and too persuasive. And so it's in Alabama, but as Tommy said, this is exactly the right place for Space Force and Space Command. I think Americans ought to appreciate the fact that you can't win the battle of the future unless you control the skies. The cyber security, the communications, the entire infrastructure of the battle in the 21st century will be in space. So it was a visionary move in the first administration for the president to set up Space Force. And I think an equally visionary move to make sure the Space Force is right where it should be in Huntsville, Alabama. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Gentlemen, anybody want to say anything? Would you like to
Crooked.
President, another promise made, another promise kept.
Okay, so.
Oh, God, I just feel so sick in my stomach.
Okay, so Corina and I we're gonna say goodbye in a little bit, but we're just honestly grappling with this because we still have, I still get this steadiness of the things we picked up, that people are freaking out, that they know that there's going to be a change happening soon. But the fact that he showed up like normal, he looks pretty good, right? What is going on? Like, we don't know exactly what's going on. So what are we seeing here? Because we picked up that he was not well, but there he is. What's going on? Is there going to be a power struggle? And I see that it shows me JD Vance being pissed like that because he thought it was his time to take over. He so much so that he made that speech. Oh, God, saying God was it? God forbid if something happens. Remember, he said it.
Right.
And
Right.
something may have happened, in fact, but he's back on. And it's saying not for long, Rosie. It's not going to last. So we're picking up. It's saying yes, they thought that but it's saying it's not going to last. It's not going to last. That's I feel like saying this. That what we're picking up is that there's a power struggle inside the White House, and there's all these things happening behind the scenes. That's what I think, and I still see that the guy Gore is kind of freaked out about are they being listened to or what's going on, who is doing that, how,
Right.
because they don't have full power. They don't have as much control as they portray. Okay.
No,
So
Trump holds it.
Right. But what I
Yeah.
mean, like even Trump's own administration, they don't have the
Right.
full control of all the rank, especially of the military, which is what they're most afraid of. So, interesting. Okay, so wow, so
Wow.
that's it. That's a slice of a moment here, and we're gonna because we can't, I'm sure Quinn and I are gonna pick up stuff as the day goes on, but
Right.
now I think that's the video that we have, right? And I think it's a
Mhm.
slice of it's very realistic because you could see, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm. Yeah,
okay,
be interesting.
all right, okay. So all right, so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay.
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
Bye. Okay, just recording this. I'm talking to Corina and just showing her. Every day now I'm doing this to figure out what's going on. Okay, so
Yeah.
I was saying that in a situation like this, we want to find the card of the scythe here, which is the removal card. Okay, actually, let's see. Stamp draw. Okay, here. Okay. And then here we have this card. So the 25 is the ring, deal to remove. And the 7 we established is Peter Thiel. Okay, so the deal to remove Peter Thiel's influence. Now, what's interesting again is the removal is on the house of an ending. And then, okay, and then here we have the invitation, removal of invitation, heart for a long time. And since we had this, Gwen and I had this question about Trump's health, I honestly wonder if there's an issue with his heart. He could have had some sort of heart attack. I don't know, something, because it has appeared before. And then here we have, okay, let's see this, the card, the secret, the book is the secret. It also means the secrets. It's sitting at the heart house. So secret about the heart, literally, it could be.
Right.
And then this is 26. The heart is sitting on the secret house. So there's a mutual agreement here between these two. That's really interesting. Then we have, okay, like the position of Trump is here. Okay, okay, here, right below. Here we have him. Okay. And then we have the deal, the 25 ring with the man, deal with the man, 22 election, and then below woman. Okay, so there's some sort of agreement related to the election. And then we have here the invitation. Now, the invitation is in the house of change. So he received some invitation about his legacy or about his health. So there was just, I still think the situation is ongoing. What's interesting is that there's an effort to remove, this is literally how you'd read it, remove Peter Thiel here. And if we go again to where is it? 7 is in the house of 9, which is happiness or invitation. Then we have where's the 7 houses has the 25, which is the deal. The deal is about the election. Here is what is the house of 25 has the election. And then we have where's 22. This is okay, 24, 23. 22 is an ending because of the election. See, so here we have a change, aggressive change that creates an ending. Corina and I established that 30 is Trump's health or retirement. So is a retirement in secret because of the election and his heart issue of some sort, and creating some sort of block. Now, this block is in the house of allies. So the allies are somehow involved in this. And if we look at the 2021 is aggression or could be war. I mean, we know that what happened with Ursula von der Leyen, I think her name is.
Right.
So this is interesting. Now, if we look at JD Vance 13 here, the child letter, information about talk or chatter. This could, someone pointed out, I wonder if this is also the 13 that has to do with the Epstein's victims coming forward. I don't know exactly, but since I assigned a letter to, I assigned the part to JD Vance. There's that.
Right.
Too.
Yes.
So really, the 13 is also in the 13 is in the house of removal. So see, it's all connected. The removal here jumps to here, which is 13. So JD Vance is sitting actually in the house of removal. I would think that that's his removal, but it's like me. He could also be trying to remove Trump. So it's
right.
like kind of crazy. And then if we jump to 11, 10, 11, 13, 13 is public. So public gathering, a public removal, or like he's in a public place. He thought it was going to be his thing, but he's right next to the military here, the military card, which is in the house of treachery. So, and the house of treachery is like something hidden at night. Doesn't make sense. So
Yep.
it's really like there's a lot going on, really. I'm sorry, it probably sounds very confusing to a lot of people, but it's like as you put the story together, it kind of makes sense. And then if you go, another interesting card in the situation is the cloud, because we have here the cloud.
Yeah.
All of this cloud is about doubt, but I think in this sense, it's sort of like what we can't see, right? What's under the cloud. So here's something very important happening. Things are coming out under the cloud. Here's the allies, and the allies are also next to Kamala. So we look at what's the allies. Quinn and I decided that 15 is the bear is also Russia.
Right.
So here is like hidden under the clouds is Russia. So all of this coming out here, opportunity for secrets with the allies. So I just think it may not be visible quite yet, but there's a lot going on. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Okay.